is the Chris Abraham Show.
Hey, welcome to Season 4, Episode 23 of the Chris Abraham Show. My name is Chris Abraham, and I'm currently sitting in Penrose Square Park, and it's extremely windy, so I have my voice recorder, my Olympus Pearl Quarter voice recorder, in my pink bucket, new Hatton bucket hat, and I have a dead cat on the microphone. So we'll see how it turns out. Today is a lazy pod. Today is basically an extension of yesterday, and because I'm pretty sure it's going to be windy and terrible and the recording's going to suck, I'm going to just remind people that if you adopt... Anyway, I'll tell you after the break. Welcome back. This is Chris Abraham, Season 4, Episode 23. 23 is my second favorite number. It's a prime number. It's a magical number. And my first favorite number, do you know what it is? Anyway, today is about salt and salting. And it's about spice and spicing. Now, I am terrible at this because I need to get a big thing of cumin and other types of healing anti-inflammatory spices, but my cardiologist, Dr. Lux, tells me that when you eat clean and you don't have processed food in your diet and you do not eat things like, restaurant food, then you need to be responsible for your own salting and your own micronutrients, right? So yesterday I spoke about the fact that I needed to add salt and potassium and magnesium into my hydration strategy, because that is something that when you are a carnivore, on the carnivore diet, or even on a keto diet, or on a no carb diet or zero carb diet, you are going to lack a lot of the things that you naturally get in an omnivore's diet. And the reason why the government lied to you about a low sodium diet is because they were lying to you by not lying to you. They didn't say all the food that you eat is so high in sodium you shouldn't add any more sodium into your diet. Right? That advice wasn't for people who ate cleanly or who eat cleanly. That advice is only for people who eat a processed American diet and go out to restaurants where the food is liberally spiced, liberally salted, whether it's in a restaurant or whether it's in prepackaged food, or whether it's, McDonald's French fries. Now, this is where we're going to see whether or not the dead cat and the hat is going to stop some of this awful wind noise. We don't know. I don't know. I might need to go into Audacity and fix it, because there are loud women in the table next to me. Well, loud people. There's no... women is just a descriptive. I meant nothing by that. I just meant two... loud people enjoying their day. It's a Saturday. It's a beautiful day. We're in a park, and they have every reason to speak loudly and be happy as anybody does. And I'm talking into a pink bucket hat, talking about salting. So it's essential that let's say you're a carnivore and you make steaks and burgers, and you have pork steaks and chicken and so forth, right? The thing that the French always do, no matter what, and the thing that most steakhouses do, no matter what, is at the very least add either kosher or sea salt, and a liberal grinding of pepper. Right? That's the very baseline for seasoning. Now, in a world, like when I got out of the hospital, they told me not to eat any salt or anything at all. And people were buying me all these shakers of spices that didn't have any salt in them. But it doesn't work depending on what kind of diet you're on. Let's say I was on a vegan diet, and I didn't salt my water, didn't salt my lentils, didn't salt my pasta. Like I avoided salt at all cost, and I avoided butter at all cost. That would be bad as well, right? There's no innate salts in even the yummiest pasta, or the yummiest lentils, or the yummiest this or yummiest that, right? If you live and cook your own food and live a clean diet, you need to liberally salt your food to taste, right? Here's another secret that nobody ever tells you, my parents didn't even tell me, is that in Italy, when people make pasta in pasta water, that pasta water is supposed to be as salted, as saline as the ocean. It's not supposed to have a pinch of salt in the water. It's supposed to have a handful of salt in the water. Which is why pasta water is such an important ingredient for other things, because it's got the various and sundry starch from the pasta, but it's also got the salting from the brine. In other words, you're supposed to cook water in brine. Cook pasta in brine. So I really think while you should talk to your doctor, I think you should do the research and decide whether or not you need to, if you are eating food that doesn't come with its own spicing, I would say that probably things like, Tasty Bite Indian food or other types of prepackaged food and so forth, I would say that those probably already have plenty of salt in them. What's important to do is to make sure that if you eat clean, if everything you have is from not packaging but from raw, you have a bag of flour, a bag of whatever, a cut of beef, etc. You need to add to that. You need to liberally salt that in order to get the kind of electrolytes that you need to be able to survive healthily. Things like extremely low carb or no carb or keto or carnivore diets. That's it. Hopefully you can hear me over the crazy wind. It's such a beautiful day. I didn't want to do it indoors. I didn't want to find another place. I want to see if I can use a bucket hat inverted and a dead cat, or what they call a sound muff, to make this a viable episode. And if it's not, then it's a junk, lazy episode anyway. I love you guys. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Lucky 23, Season 4, Episode 23. My name is Chris Abraham. This is the Chris Abraham Show. I'm just talking about salt. Maybe tonight during my rowing, I will watch Idiocracy, although I told my buddy in Poland, I told him that I was going to watch The Fog of War, which is, one of my favorite movies of all time. And since I just watched Wag the Dog, I think it's time to watch The Fog of War. Anyway, this is the Contact Me segment. You can contact me at chris@abraham.su. You can contact me at +1 202 352 5051. You can reach me text via phone call if you're Gen X or Gomer or Boomer, you can text me or call me, but I probably won't respond because, and if you do that, don't say something like, hey, like say, this is Chris Abraham, I like your podcast. You can use Signal or WhatsApp or Telegram to contact me, I think. I really should check about whether or not people are blocked and whether I need to go in and look at people who are trying to contact me and if it might be you. I'm youtube.com/Chris Abraham. I'm facebook.com/Chris Abraham. I'm twitter.com/Chris Abraham. I'm instagram.com/Chris Abraham. I am, what else? Chris-Abraham.com is my Tumblr. Nobody uses that anymore. LinkedIn.com/in/Chris Abraham. And I think that's it. I am noagendasocial.com/@Chris. I am girovic.su/@Chris. And I think that might be it. Anyway, love you guys. I think it's 23, 23, 23, oui. Je t'adore. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to The Chris Abraham Show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time.
Huh.